Ha! Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Chad. And this is another episode of the Zoot Report. Haha. So, so today I seen some near fatalities. Yeah, fuck. Traffic is crazy. These people be driving nuts, man. Wow. So yeah, I'm gonna title this one "How I Met Carson Rhodes." Cars on Rhodes. Carson Rhodes. So I don't know how y'all drive. I drive. I don't know. I guess, actually, tell you the truth, I drive fairly conservative now, right? And I drive for a living too, so, and other stuff. But it has affected the way I drive. For one, I'm more alert, aware, and cautious of other drivers. And of myself. Like, I know, shit, it's 91 degrees. Holy shit sticks, this is hot. It was 91 yesterday. It had the windows down. Y'all can hear me fine, right? Okay, good. I don't take a lot of unnecessary risk anymore. You know, I don't cut people off if I really don't have to. I don't jump out into traffic, you know, if I'm at a stop sign or something, traffic's buzzing by, I see an opening that's just enough timing for me to, you know, yam on the gas and go. I might have to take some, you know, to pass somebody or whatever, you know, or I look at traffic a little differently as far as like forward. You know what? No, this traffic's not looking so good. So I'm gonna fucking turn around. I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. Yep, I don't like the look of it. Rawr. We're gonna turn around. Lead to my house. And I also watch other drivers. Like if I've got a speed demon behind me, he's zipping through lanes, or in front of me. Right? I'm taking note. I'm taking mental note of him. And I'm like, okay. Because it's like a chain reaction. It cuts somebody off, they oversteer, you know, whatever, they freak out, fucking ram into another car or some shit. You know, I don't know. Shit happens. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know. So you never really want to meet another car on the road. Should be getting crazy. Folks be running. Taking unnecessary risk. And everybody's slamming on their brakes, turning left, turning right, especially in the city, right? And your rural areas, I guess. So I don't, and I always keep an out. Like I learned that as a kid. Always keep an out. if you're driving along, I'm looking at the road, I'm looking at everybody else, but I'm also looking at alternate routes I can take, you know, if something happens in front of me. And as I'm sitting at a red light or a stop sign, there's a car in front of me, I don't get right up on their ass. Because I can't leave. I can't go left, I can't go right. So I back up enough so I can see their tires. Train keeps on rolling all night long. So I have reaction time. If say that person in front of me gets out of their car and wants to do some stupid shit, I can go left or go right. You know, I can go around that motherfucker. I mean, if I'm up on his ass, then I ain't going nowhere. He's got me boxed in, and that's a bad day. So always keeping mobile, you know, is very important. Having options. I mean, what if my brakes go out? That has happened. That's never happened to you in your lifetime. It's a scary thing. It's definitely an ass pucker factor of 200. You know. So I don't know. I never know what the other guy's going to do, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go left, I'm going to go right, and I'm going to make a command decision. You know, I don't have time to think. So, sitting back, giving myself enough time to react is very advantageous. Giving people ample enough room to fucking hang themselves is good enough, right? It's good enough. And you know, if I'm in a slow down, which I'm about to be in, I want to be on one of the outside lanes. I really do. If I have my way, you know, I want to be on the left outside or the right outside, one of the two. So, you know, there's room for me to move. If something happens, if, you know, freaking, you know, Tyrannosaurus Rex is running down the highway, you know, right towards me, knocking over cars, I could get the fuck out of the way. You know, I can go left if I'm on the left-hand lane, or I can go right if I'm on the right-hand lane. You know, I'm not at that point, traffic laws mean nothing to me. I'm going in the meridian. I'm going in people's yards. You know, I'm going. So always keeping it out. And, you know, damn the cops if they say anything, whatever, who cares? I avoided an accident. I avoided a fatal crash. I avoided meeting Carson Rhodes. I avoided meeting Carson Rhodes. I never want to meet Carson Rhodes. I never want to. Carson, no, he gets expensive. It hurts, right? And people get hurt and injured and killed. So no, it's not a good thing. Now, I was never in the GWAT, so you GWAT guys, running convoys and, you know, shit like that. Ambushes. You know, that's a whole another level of crazy, of awareness. You know, you got some guy on a fucking turret with, you know, a Mark 19 or 50 cal or, you know, Saw 240 Golf. You know, they're the eyes. They're the eyes and ears. Like, hey, you know, 1,000 meters ahead, you know, on the left. Bunch of Hajis, whatever. You got tangos, you got bad guys. But most of us drive in our car by ourselves. No other eyes. Eyes straight forward. Damn what's to the left of us, right of us, or behind us. We're just trying to get on down the road. We're trying to commute here. But you gotta look ahead of the road, see what's going on. Do you see everybody slamming on brakes? You might want to slow down. Just saying. You might want to look ahead of why they're slamming on brakes. Oftentimes there's a wreck, or cops got somebody pulled over, some stupid shit like that. But you never know. You know, tangos can ruin your day. That is something they've done before. Block roads and basically go on a nice little pew-pew spree where everybody's parked. And I've said it before, your car is not bulletproof unless you've made it bulletproof. Unless you succeeded in turning your vehicle into a bulletproof vehicle. Factory standard is not bulletproof. The engine provides you some protection, sure. That's about it. That's about it. The rest of your car is made out of fiberglass and sheet metal and cheap steel that's been heat treated a little bit to hold up to some kind of, you know, pressure and weight. That's it. I mean, unless you're doing something heavy duty. But most of us are not. Most cars will fold like a taco. They're designed that way. So yeah, you never really want to meet Carson Rhodes. You never really want to meet him. I mean, you look what happens to a fender bender. Damn. You're stuck. Your car can be totaled. Just from a minor fender bender. Run over a very deep pothole. Right? Run over some type of object on the road, and now you got a flat tire, boards and nails, spike strips, you know, the usual. Accordion lane. You know, we all do this. We all look at the traffic ahead of us We kind of plot our course through it. Like, okay, if I get in the fast lane or whatever, there's a middle lane, whatever, I can go up to that semi truck. Looks like there's some, I can pass him and get on down the road and get, in the slow lane and get on back over to the fast lane. We all think that way, how to weave in and out of traffic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you get stuck behind a slow ass. You're kicking yourself for not going around him earlier when you had the chance. Maybe that person's a very scary, cautious individual, who's prone to hit his brakes anytime you get 500 feet close enough to him. I mean, that's fine. I guess you can call them I had a friend of mine call him the pivot man. Those are the pivot man. Those are the ones that you go around. They slow everybody else down so you can pass them. And I know we talked about this earlier with climate considerations. Inclement weather, fog, rain. That affects your ability to slow down. That affects your ability to react. You have a split second or two to make a decision that could save your life or somebody else's. Driving it's stressful, really. Carson Rhodes. So many cars on roads. It can be very unpredictable sometimes. And for the most part, we expect everyone to follow the rules, be mindful, and respectful. A lot of times, there's some people that are not. Sometimes it's you. Being lackadaisical and not thinking, making that lane change without looking over, looking behind you. You just ran somebody off the road. You didn't even know it. Singing along to your favorite tune, thinking about what groceries you gotta get, or whatever. Distracted driving. I mean, there's so many distractions, and you yourself can be your own distraction. Texting, hell no, don't text. Don't do it. The mind can't process it. Even though you think you can, you're just being lucky. That's all. You're not that good. And also, if you're rubbernecking, that's another way to get in a wreck, to meet Carson Rhodes, because you're rubbernecking. You instinctively go towards what you're looking at when you're driving. I mean, really. We start looking at a car, on her right-hand side, maybe a pretty girl in the car, or for you girls, pretty nice-looking guy, right? You start drifting over that way. You don't even realize it. both hands on the wheel. You know, whatever I'm doing. All right, that's getting annoying. It's getting very annoying very quickly. Fast too, but it's got to be the perfect conditions. It's got to be ideal conditions. That means you got to, you know, open highway, straight and narrow. If you do have to negotiate a turn, you know, a sharp curve, then it's better to do it slow. Better to hit that curve slow and power through the straightaways. You know, hammer down on the straightaways. I mean, once you get into racing theory, right? You know, the curve. If you look at that, a lot of race car drivers study the curve. You know, how you can come into it, straighten the curve really. I find it's just easier just to slow the fuck down, right? Slow the fuck down, gear down, and then have it responsive enough to just hammer down when you come out of that curve. Good brakes are needed. Good accelerator. Running on the road. So yeah, I was going to talk about the GWATs with their convoys. You know, there's a way to run convoys. You know, you see the Secret Service and other dignitary countries. They run that SUV, you know, convoy, and they'll literally put like they're bumper to bumper, going 100 miles an hour, right? Well, they can do that because they've blocked all the other roads. There's nobody else on the street, right? They can do that shit. They're in constant communication. Yeah, they're in constant communication with each other. Oh, there's a lead vehicle, there's a you know, a rear vehicle, and we come to a stop. Just like that. 70 miles an hour. Let's go 5 miles an hour. Why not? It's a good idea. No, I mean, in this case, it's construction. Gotta love it. Summertime means construction. Yay. Luckily, I had I didn't really have anybody in front of me. I judged. I seen all the parked cars on the road. You know. Another thing I like to do, what I don't like to do, is get behind a big truck where I can't see the road. I can't see in front of me. I hate that. I like to see what's around, what's above, what's around the corner and ahead of me. And I like to keep a following distance, you know, I don't know, about 2 to 3 car lengths, depending on how fast I'm going, how fast everybody's going. Maybe more. doing stop and go over here. It sucks. Go fast, go slow. Go fast, go slow. Now at that point, I'll just fucking go slow. Fuck it. If I can see the road in front of me, I'm gonna go slow. I mean, everybody else is gonna be slamming on brakes and shit. You know, that accordion effect, I call it. And you know what? I don't care if somebody gets mad at me. Now, mind you, it's an issue if they want to make it an issue. But you know, if I slam, if I'm following back, they're gonna cut me off, right? They're just gonna cut me off. Fine, cut me off. I'll slow down. I also try to take up as much room as possible, so that nobody's trying to, like, you know, nudge me off the side of the road, or, you know, rub me, or, you know, cut me off. You know, it kind of makes them think twice about, you know, hauling ass around me, trying to pass me. And they do like a stop and swoop. But I get it. Everybody wants to get home as fast as they can and get to their job as fast as they can. Whatever. I get it. We all do. It'd be great. But to get there safely is more important. And you know, I get it. You know, you get bumper to bumper, and you try to, you know, encourage the person in front of you to go faster. Right? You get lead, follow, get the hell out of your way. Right? That's the 3 rules of traffic. But that's also a good way to meet Carson Rhodes. And like I said, I never want to meet him. I've met him before. It's not a good time. And there we are. Well, looks like his car is all busted up. Yep. So highway driving, you know, you're constantly looking for threats. You're constantly looking for obstructions, or people in your way, any kind of diversion. People slamming on their brakes. It wouldn't be much different, you know, in a shift situation. If anything, you'd probably be going slower. Yeah, Carson Rhodes can be very a very bad experience. Meeting Carson Rhodes can be a very bad experience. I mean, I like driving. I do. For the most part. I enjoy it. I enjoy we all enjoy the the independence that it gives us. That's cool, right? I can go wherever the hell I want to. You know? I can do what I want. That's not good. I don't want to read that shit. I find it fascinating that construction workers are playing with concrete and steel and, you know, concrete dust everywhere, and they're just like, no mask, you know, no eye protection. Here I am driving by with my windows down. So yeah, being aware, having your situational awareness is key in driving. Because if you're not aware, you could meet Carson Rhodes. I know, I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to make Carson Rhodes work here. Bear with me in my bad jokes. And you know that falls onto as well, you know, keeping your car well maintained, you know, up to date, right? Make sure your tires are good, make sure your brakes are good, make sure there's nothing, you know, falling off your car. Make sure you can see. That affects your situational awareness. Having good windshield wipers. I am obsessed with it. If I start getting streaks, I hate it. I gotta get new wiper blades. I just got to. Right. I kill enough bugs with my truck. Sometimes I just gotta stop at a convenience store and fucking bust out the squeegee. Give it a once over. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful. I don't know, just something I wanted to talk about. Some things that I practice. It's very common sense, really. You know, I used to be, you know, I grew up in a time when there was no seatbelts, and now I'm all about a seatbelt. I gotta have a seatbelt. If there's no seatbelt, then you know, we got a problem. Gotta have a seatbelt. It's definitely saved my life. So yeah, this has been Mad Shad with another Zoot report. And stay away from Carson Rhodes.